Oh, I'm M-Dog.
You think I get multiple people on this?
You have before.
You think I'm that popular?
I'd say like 3/4 of the time you have other people on here with me.
Well, I try, but for our listeners, Mary has this has been a saga. I know I feel like I say that with a lot of my guests because it does feel like a saga.
It's hard.
This is the Experience Podcast with me and someone else.
Mary this time.
Mary,
AKA M-Dog.
M-Dog. She's not my M-Dog tonight. That's your friends call you?
What about my friends, my homies?
Oh, your homies.
That's what I call them.
Our listeners don't know, but my internet has been struggling lately.
Yeah. Lately.
The prices go up, and the quality goes down.
Oh no. Did you get a new internet or something?
No, everything's the same. It hasn't changed in 2.5 years. So maybe I need a new router. Maybe that's the thing. Gotta upgrade it. Because it's supplying there's just my computer that I'm using to call this video, or for this video call, and I guess my phone is an idle. But there's really nothing else using the internet, so it's pretty bad. And usually it handles Skype okay. So.
What was happening? Like, how did you know it was
couldn't connect? Well, it kept disconnecting from the call.
I could see you the whole time.
And disconnecting. It kept disconnecting from the internet.
Oh. There's Drew.
Yeah. Well, Drew was really the main star of this. I mean, Mary's M-Dog's the intermediate.
I don't think. He's got his buds in.
Yeah.
But the cats are also behind me. I moved.
We got a cat.
We last spoke.
Yes. Well, that was part of what took so long because you took 8 months to move.
I did not take 8 months to move.
It felt like 8 months.
The month of October was ridiculously busy. And it's gone now.
September?
Okay. I think we had a call in September.
August 15th looks like the last one.
I think there was one in September.
I asked you on September 24th, and you said no.
Yeah. Okay. Well, September was also awful because the move.
And then I asked you a month later, and you said still no.
Yeah, still no.
You literally said still no.
I was just trying to be upfront with you. I didn't want to do the time dance because it wasn't possible. The month of September was tough, yes, because there was just a lot going on, including packing. And they moved on October 1st, and that was even more going on. And then things finally calmed down pretty much like this week.
What was going on that was so, other than the move, what was going on that was so
I had
terrible?
A really bad work deadline that was requiring a lot of hours. I also had a lot of schoolwork because I'm in school. And what else? I put off a lot of plans in September that then fell into October. There's a lot of things like, I'd already said no like 5 times. I guess I have to say yes now. And
like this podcast today.
I mean, that's, there's elements of that. I was like, wow, I can't say no anymore. I'm out.
I do start blocking people if you say no too many times. I don't block you. I just eliminate you from the selection.
You get canceled. I don't want to get canceled, but yeah,
I should start canceling people.
Tough. I'm very busy. Try to keep it balanced. Don't forget, health. I don't know.
Health.
I'm worried about my heart rate, you see, because
okay. Well, you're getting old.
my heart rate is really high. Like, what's your heart rate? Resting.
Right now?
Resting.
I feel like I have a good resting heart rate, though.
That's nice, but I don't.
Let's see, 80 beats per minute.
Oh my god, it's higher than mine. You should be worried.
Well, that's because I'm so worried about this. This was my internet.
What's your resting heart rate, though? Like, doesn't it tell you you're resting?
Well, this gives me a resting range, but it's all over.
My resting is 78.
I mean, this is giving me a huge range. I don't trust this. Well, I mean, I trust it, but...
What is your rest range?
It's giving me 55 to 174.
That just sounds like your total range. Sounds like 55.
That's what I mean.
Sounds like 55 is your resting.
Yeah, that seems really low.
No, it's
like, that's the lowest.
No, the lowest it can go is like pro athlete 40.
I have a pretty high. I'm always on the go.
Anyway, it's actually high. And when I do exercise and stuff, it goes to like 190, which I'm told is a little high. And when I'm like watching a show or in a social situation, almost always it goes to like at least 120. And I was at a party last week and I was like talking about heart rates and everyone's like, oh, right now mine's like 80. Mine's like blah, blah, blah. And I had to be like, oh, mine's 130. Like,
mine's 3,000. I don't know about that.
What's wrong with me? I have some kind of like overactive motor. And I mean, it makes sense. I mean, I'm always stressed. So.
Yep. This adds up. I don't know why you're so surprised.
But then someone told me that your heart has a limited number of beats in its lifetime. And that like, it's good to have a low one because that means you're going to live longer because you won't use your beats as fast. And I'm like, oh my god, like the amount of
fakenews.com. This sounds like a fakenews.com.
Someone said this to me at the party and I was like, that can't be true. I don't think it works like that. And they were like, no, that's literally how it works. And I was like, so you're telling me I should never exercise so that I can prolong my life? And they said, no. If you exercise a lot, your heart rate will gradually become lower. And I was like, what? Which I know that's true, but it seems still like a little bit of exercise is better than none. Right?
No, you should just sit around your whole life. That's what it sounds like.
I gotta preserve my beats.
Yeah. That's what fakenews.com said.
So you don't think that's true either? As a scientist?
I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not a scientist.
I thought you were basically a scientist.
Sure. Okay, sure. Yeah, sure I'm a scientist.
You study nuclear humans, right?
What? Humans?
Nuclear psychology. That's what I always heard.
I don't think so.
Nuclear. Look at that. Look at that. Have you looked
better
into
get work. There's only a limited number of cat heartbeats.
She's probably got a really active heartbeat too. She's the crazy one. So anyway, what's new? That's my spiel about heartbeats. So I've been trying to look up how to make my heart rate lower so that I can live longer. They say plenty of alcohol and
I don't think they say that.
caffeine. Alcohol, caffeine.
This was really adding up. It's not looking good for you.
Foods high in cholesterol and what else? Sugar. Don't forget sugar. You've got to get your daily dose. And they say it's best if you're having anxiety 75 to 90% of the day. That range. That's
See, for the listeners, Mary, none of this is a joke. This sounds like a joke, but this is Mary's everyday life.
That's not true. I don't have that much sugar and alcohol. But or caffeine, really. I have 1 cup a day. A lot of people out there have like 6 or 7.
It's more than people who have none a day.
Okay, Mr. 55 beats per minute.
Trust me, I'm a scientist. Study nuclear humans.
Nuclear psychology. Let's see. What else? So that's the main lesson there that I've been thinking about. Also, just life, I started listening to NPR.
I thought you were going to say this podcast, but that's...
Oh, no. No, I have not. It's too...
Do you know you're getting...
Too hard. Yeah.
I think it's an easy. Goes down easy. Do you know you're getting old when you start listening to NPR? Is that...
Yes.
And you enjoy it?
Yes. I feel like I'm turning into my dad.
Because I know someone who tried NPR and they had to turn it off after like the first 10 minutes.
No.
Maybe even less time than that.
I like it. Like I thought I wouldn't. I don't listen to it all the time, just during like the news hours, like rush hour, morning and night. I like it. I feel like it fills me in, fills my gaps. I'm so bad at reading these days, I like to just listen. And most of the time I'm in the car with silence anyway, because I'm so strange. Sometimes music is too stressful, so put on the soothing sounds of NPR or WABE and everything just fades away.
What are you learning? What are you learning from NPR? Anything new?
Well, yes. But I don't want to get into it on this podcast because that seems like it could be, I don't know. I don't want to make your podcast controversial.
Are you going to cancel yourself? Is this...
No. I have been hearing some interesting things. But today they were talking about inflation and the whole thing about how, yes, inflation is high, but the profits are higher, all that. And they were playing like snips of all these big CEOs talking openly about how inflation is good for their business. And it was just interesting. She played the CEO of Kroger saying that inflation has always been on their side and blah, blah, blah. As I was pulling into Kroger, so that was like a conflict of interest.
Mm-hmm.
But that was good. And then they've been talking a lot about the elections, obviously, but that's what I don't want to get into. Too controversial.
Yeah.
But
for our listeners, again, Mary is wearing a red shirt.
Yes. But it's mixed messages because my red shirt has the recycling logo on it.
Yeah, she thinks that's fake. Recycling is fake.
Recycling's fake, and
recycling is kind of fake, but that's a whole other conversation.
That's a whole other wavelength. So
a whole other. Again, we don't want to cancel Mary too much today.
To be canceled today.
She's already getting canceled.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's definitely a lot I could be canceled for, but I don't want to be.
All right, so yeah. So you're doing NPR. You're talking about stolen elections. You're moving.
Talking about stolen elections. They were also talking about, climate change. They talk a lot about really cool things that I like to listen to.
These are cool things.
I like it. And some of the people on there are so cringe funny. It's just, they'll be like, fact, inflation is at 7.5%. Fact.
We live in a post-facts world. Anyway,
what are we listening to? Ooh, do you want to talk about Elon Musk? Have you already covered that?
How canceled is Mary going to get? Go ahead. Elon Musk.
I hate him. He's the worst.
Wow.
The worst. What do you think is going to happen with this Twitter thing?
No, this is you. This is the Mary gets canceled hour, right? I'm just going along for the ride.
Podcast when I only get to talk to myself.
Elon
Back
Musk.
and forth.
Well, for folks not paying attention, and things could change because part of this is things keep changing every day. And I don't really have Twitter.
Literally by Skype tomorrow.
It'll be too late by then. It'll be too late then. Elon bought Twitter for $44 billion. Pocket change. I heard he took out a loan for that, which is kind of fun. He took out a student loan. So he took out a loan to buy Twitter, which he kind of didn't want to in the end, but then he already committed.
He was making a joke, it seems like, and then they were like,
yeah,
can't joke about that.
And then he signed the paperwork, and they were like, oh, well, I guess I have Twitter now. And then but then now the problem is obviously whenever someone buys something for $44 billion, you usually look to cut costs because you're probably going to be in debt. And so Twitter adopted some new strategies, including firing most of its staff and changing things a bit. Honestly, I think a lot of the changes are overblown. Again, from what I've seen, Twitter runs mostly the same with some changes here and there, obviously, like the whole verification
that people are very
scheme. But for the most part, I think people can still use it. It's not burning.
I just think I've been hearing that it's gonna go down eventually. Not like a hard fall, but like a Facebook fall.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. It hasn't fallen yet. It's still early in the purchase.
Business venture?
Yeah, venture. So things could change. By the time this episode comes out, it could be very different. Because of the whole, again, we talked about the whole verification thing where you can spend $8.
Yeah. You can pay a monthly subscription fee basically to have yourself be verified as a authentic account on Twitter, which right now I guess it's a more thorough process. I don't know how thorough it is, where you have to prove basically that you are who you say you are.
But not really, because you can change your name and do whatever. It's not really the authentic verification anymore, right? It's really just a little symbol you put next to your name.
Right. Now it is.
So I don't see why you would do that.
I don't know, because some people who aren't paying attention might not catch on. I don't know.
But if you're still on Twitter right now, you have to know. I don't know. It seems like there's no benefit.
There's a lot of really dumb people on Twitter.
There are dumb people. Again.
But those dumb people might not even have they might not have even required a blue check mark to believe whatever.
Anyways.
Sorry to those listeners who aren't familiar with Twitter.
And sorry to our dumb listeners.
Sorry to our dumb listeners. Sorry I insulted you. I'm sure you have other qualities.
But yeah, I don't see the benefit. I don't know what you're gaining from it.
I don't know.
I know a lot of advertisers have left the site.
Advertisers?
Yeah, they haven't been able to get companies to continue to sponsor ads on the site due to the controversies that Mary supports. And so I don't know how he's going to be able to maintain Twitter to be profitable. I know there have been some real life consequences, like stock prices, from impersonations and parody accounts.
Hmm. Deep.
You see the insulin thing?
No. What is that?
So one famous, okay, I don't know why I say famous. One of the biggest insulin companies in the world, I think, had a parody account of it, or someone made a parody account of it, saying insulin is now free.
Oh my god.
And insulin is famously overpriced in the United States.
Yeah.
Again, NPR listeners like Mary would understand because they've been following how
It's been going on for like 2 weeks, so.
Have been following her boy Brandon, how he wants to cap insulin prices.
Brandon was actually a guest on NPR just the other day.
Was he? Oh wow. Anyway, there's been a push to cap insulin prices in America just because they've been a little overpriced. And so anyway, a parody account of one of the biggest insulin providers for the United States said insulin's now free, which then the company had to come out and say, no, that was not real. But it almost kind of just it exposed how overpriced insulin is in the United States.
Yeah.
And how much they overcharge, and their stock price fell quite a bit, I think. Let's see, let me pull it up.
Well, that's
still down.
Good. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. Is this good?
I think. I'm sure. Yeah, I don't know.
Eli Lilly is the company. Mary would know because she's probably gonna need insulin with all the sugar.
All the sugar, and the alcohol, and the caffeine, and don't forget the corn syrup. Also, don't forget the cholesterol. But
that day they dropped. Oh, I don't know what percent, but they've been down for the last couple of days. 368. Is that 368 to 346 ish? 340 something.
Mm.
Not good, basically.
Yeah.
Like apparently they lost billions of dollars. Is the point?
Oh dear. Okay.
Due to stock price.
Yeah, I don't understand the stock market.
Yeah,
NPR hasn't gotten that far yet in my.
Yeah, they haven't gotten to.
I think it's coming. Like
it's the next, yeah.
The next unit. No, they said some stuff about some stocks today, and I had no idea what it meant. None. I have
not doing the crypto. You got a lot of money in crypto.
No,
that's another big thing. It's another.
Money in crypto.
They didn't talk about that on NPR.
They didn't talk. Actually, they might have, but I sometimes tune it out if I don't understand it, which is probably not good.
There's a whole one of the biggest crypto companies went down.
Oh, they actually did talk about that this morning.
That they did.
They did. I wasn't really following though, to be honest. I do remember hearing about it. I think. Unless you're making all of this up and gaslighting me.
I could be. You never even know. No, this is a real thing.
I think
one of the biggest. This is the news hour with Mary.
News hour.
So you're gonna have to provide the news.
Where she's like,
this is all old news too, brother.
50% things happened.
All this stuff has happened like 2 weeks ago. FTX, which is like.
Okay, I have heard of that.
which is a large crypto company. Yeah. Not anymore.
Not anymore. Oh, yes.
Filed for bankruptcy.
Did they talk about this last Thursday? Is that when it happened?
Who's they?
This morning.
Who are these people? I think they went down last Friday. So the day we're talking about, I think, is November 10th or 11th. Either Thursday or Friday.
I think it was Thursday. So I was
listening. If you want more information, you can listen to NPR for our listeners.
Just tune in.
They're not a sponsor. Yeah, they're not a sponsor. They're not a sponsor, right? They can't.
I don't think they're supposed to.
Yeah. How would they sponsor me?
I don't know. I feel like I've seen public radio on, like, some 5K t-shirts though, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, but it's not like PBS runs ads on like Fox.
No, they don't.
You know, like
They don't.
it's not a thing.
You're right. Fair enough.
Anyway, so FTX went down. Well, because they had a lot of money, or I guess the former CEO had a lot of money in a lot of things. For example, Mary's stolen elections. I think he donated a lot to to your boy Brandon.
My boy Brandon.
Yeah.
I think he's pretty cute. That's why I voted for him.
We'll clip that. We'll use that.
Soundbite.
And he, well, like at the Miami Heat, you've heard of that, right? Familiar?
Them.
Their stadium is named the FTX Stadium.
Oh wow, so soon.
So,
how long has that cryptocurrency been around? FTX.
Well, crypto's been around for a while, but FTX, I think it's only been around for a few years, right?
Yeah. Were they the ones that kept playing all those Super Bowl ads? Probably.
No, I think that was another company. Maybe they had one. There were, I think, yeah. So this year, I guess, there were a ton of.
There were so many crypto commercials.
Well, ridiculous, and it looks terrible now. Like, I bet you there's not going to be a lot this year for this next one.
It was too much.
Just because all of crypto kind of went down when FTX went down.
Yeah.
Okay, they founded in 2019.
Oh my god, and they already have a stadium? Yikes.
In a stadium, so if you watched the World Series, which you did.
Not this year.
Watch the World Series. Did not watch the World Series.
Drew did. I did not.
Drew did. The umpires had FTX badges, kind of.
Oh. Interesting.
So he was kind of big in sports, and then, like I said, they donated a lot to the Brandon campaign a couple of years ago. Your boy.
My boy.
We can't legally say his name, just, to do the...
Right. I get it. Lawsuits. Strict NDAs. I get it.
NDAs.
Plus, we don't want anyone to think we're accidentally, I don't know, running an ad or something. It's a bit weird.
Again, Mary's wearing a red shirt.
Again, my shirt is red, as is my blood and my heart. So
next topic, does that cover all your NPR news? Is that the Mary News segment? Are we done with that?
I think we're good.
The segment where you discussed the news from 2 weeks ago. Catch everyone up. You didn't know.
I thought we would get, I don't know, I was looking for some kind of, feedback. I got some. You informed me of some very good things.
I informed you of things that you forgot you heard on NPR. And I don't really even follow the news that carefully. These are like the biggest things. Like the couple of the biggest things.
I like that. I just like to get the highlights and then every now and then go in.
These aren't like
go in depth
random things.
Something.
Yeah.
There was something else they went in depth on. The life of some jazz musician or someone who died.
Yeah, I think someone passed away.
Yeah, someone. Oh, they were doing a cute little piece on, it was cute but sad, on the theater in Atlanta that is historic and is closing, the Tara Theater. And it was with this man that worked there as like a usher, and he was being really cute and sweet. That's it. That was one of the local pieces.
Okay. Yeah.
Suggest you give it a listen. They post them online.
We'll look that. Yeah.
Look it up.
Definitely. Look that
Cute old man, NPR. WABE. Tara Theater.
Okay.
What comes up? Anyway, I probably should log off soon.
What do you got a date later? Is that?
I have a date, a dinner date.
Do you really?
I mean, yeah.
I don't think so.
I do.
You downgraded in clothes, so.
Look. For reference, this is Kenny the dog. He's my dinner date. Just kidding.
Yeah.
No, Drew is making dinner, and I told him I would eat with him.
What's he making?
He's making taco casserole. It's good. He forgot to put the rice cauliflower in. So I don't know if it's going to be good.
Are you? You don't sound enthusiastic about it. As soon as you said it, you're like
Taco
crying.
casserole is not my most favorite-ist meal, but tomorrow we're having shrimp scampi. So.
Which is?
You don't know shrimp scampi?
No, I mean, which is your favorite meal? Is that what-
Oh, it's one of them. It's up there.
And he's not making it.
Not tonight. Tomorrow.
Hmm.
So yes, I'm leaving for one of my less favorite meals.
Make sure you provide that feedback at the dinner
What you're
table.
getting. It's what you're getting at. I'll be open. I'll be honest. Always put my heart on my sleeve on this show. So.
All right. Well, we'll see Mary back for next week's podcast.
No.
We need more news. We need more news.
I'll fill you guys in on the last 3 months news in February.
Here's what happened. All right. Thanks, Mary, for
They
coming
won't.
on. So, cut that part out. You gotta cut that part out.